So I know many of you struggle with catching the ball and you want to know how to improve your methods. In this video, I will give you a deep explanation and analysis of how I catch the ball, and hopefully you can learn something from the things you observe. One thing you should be good at is your reaction time. When the quarterback is up close and trying to throw slants, you want to be able to click fast enough to catch the ball. The way I improve my reaction time is by watching the arm of the quarterback. The ball will only be thrown after the quarterback's throwing animation finishes. By simply watching their throwing arm, you would want to click as soon as you see their arm move into a throwing position. With this method, you are putting most of your focus on reacting fast enough, so it is the quarterback's responsibility to actually throw it at your chest. The next and most difficult throw to catch is a mag, and this may be a little complicated for newcomers. You have to time your jump and dive almost perfectly to get closest to the ball, even if it means jumping later than usual. In this play, I realized how high up the ball is, so it's not necessary to jump now. While also considering how fast the ball is going, I will have to wait a little longer before jumping. At the peak of my jump, you notice that the ball is a little bit higher above me. This is when the diving mechanic becomes very important, as it allows me to launch myself and travel along the path of the ball. Once the ball is low enough and my dive allows me to follow it, I successfully catch a mag. This kind of catch will definitely require some good practice, as well as a good quarterback who actually knows how to properly throw these. The next skill to focus on is adjusting your position to catch the ball. Most of the time, the quarterback will probably not be able to throw to you perfectly, and there will be times when you have to stop and adjust your standing. In this example, the ball was thrown really high up, so I would have to stop and get a good position. Instead of standing in front of where the ball is going, I adjusted myself under the path of the ball, allowing me to follow it and time my jump a lot easier. Now that you know how to adjust yourself, it's time to examine how exactly you are going to approach catching this ball. To start off, you want to be able to time your jumps perfectly when you are directly under the ball. You'll be in contact with the ball a lot easier this way. After a bit of practice, mastering this simple fundamental will be crucial for the rest of your catching methods. The major flaw that you should consider is that when you are directly under the path of the ball, other people are doing just the same. This makes you incredibly prone to being jammed or unable to jump. The approach I recommend you to practice is jumping and diving from the sides. You are avoiding the crowd of people and you are giving yourself a higher chance of being boosted as well as gaining distance. For example, in this position, I've adjusted myself to be standing to the left of where the ball is actually going. I noticed an open lane for me to dive through as I jumped towards the moving ball. Since I started out on the left flank, I avoided being jammed by everyone who could have jumped early and even landed far within the end zone. Now I'm going to show you how I play in actual games, and you can observe how these skills are put to the test. So if there's anything you want me to clarify or add to this video, I'll make a second video using your suggestions that you leave in the comments. I'm sure I missed a lot of concepts out there and maybe some useful tips. So if you have something to say, please tell me in the comments and I'll make a second video building off of this idea. And if there's anything else that you want me to go over, like kicking, running back, tackling, juking, other ways to get better at the game, I can also do a tutorial on those as well. But anywho, that's all that I have for today. If you enjoyed or if you learned something, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Thank you guys.